Hi, how you going? Since we're not getting any Dragon's Dogma 2 DLC anytime soon, in this video I want to talk about these 7 RPGs that are coming in 2024 that I'm absolutely thrilled to play and talk about. And honestly, I can't wait. Let's start. Number 7, not particularly a new game, it's a DLC, but come on, people are already calling it basically a whole new game. It will feature new enemies, new bosses, new weapons, new Ashes of War. It will take place on a new map with big open world segments, new dungeons, new legacy dungeons. And to quote Hidetaka Miyazaki himself, Shadow of the Erdtree is their largest expansion to date in terms of overall volume. And in regards to the size of the map, he adds that it will be something that is larger than Limgrave, the first location in the base game. It's pretty big. I mean, I have ultimate trust in From Software, they just never disappoint. So I don't have any worries about Shadow of the Erdtree. It was a day one purchase for me, and I'm 100% sure I'll be having a good time playing it. There's a whole bunch of various guides here on YouTube on how to prepare for the DLC, how to access it. There are even some hands-on reviews with actual gameplay, but I'm avoiding those like a plague. Anyways, Shadow of the Erdtree becomes available on June 20th, and I'm extremely excited. Number 6. Dragon Age Veilguard. Lamau. So Dragon Age Veilguard, or I'm sorry, the Veilguard, is the game I'm least excited about, or rather most skeptical about, solely because it's EA and BioWare, or what's left of it. A few days ago they released this official reveal trailer for Dragon Age Veilguard, and it got a lot of people very mad. As you can see, it has 40,000 likes and well over 200,000 dislikes, which is crazy. It's not a good start, not a good start. People are mad because the trailer looks like a trailer for a hero looter shooter rather than a dark fantasy action RPG game from a series with a well-established, very passionate and dedicated fanbase. Though a couple of days after they released a 20-minute long gameplay video, and I'll let you be the judge, the link will be in the description, but in my opinion it doesn't look all that bad. It has some combat sequences, it has some cutscenes. One thing I noticed is that your companions don't have health bars anymore, and it looks like you can't switch between your companions, which was one of the core mechanics of Dragon Age. So I don't know. I'm a big fan of Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age 2 was so-so, and Inquisition was, well, better than Dragon Age 2. But I'm checking out the Veilguard regardless, and I'll either be pleasantly surprised or we'll all have a good laugh. The release date is set for autumn 2024. It's coming to PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X, although I just have a feeling they will delay it. Number 5, Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. I've been following this game for quite a while, and it feels great to finally play it. You can play it too, by the way, because the demo is out and it's available on all platforms. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn is a Souls-light, it's a thing now, action RPG where you play as a woman named Nor, who is accompanied by this fox-like creature Enki that gives you supernatural abilities of some sorts that you can unlock as you level up. And although the combat feels quite floaty, it's pretty fast and fun. You have a melee weapon, you have a flintlock gun with limited amount of charges you can restore by performing successful melee combos. Finishers are quite cool and gnarly. I liked the demo quite a bit. It has a difficulty slider, by the way, but if you are a Souls veteran, even the hardest difficulty will probably feel a little bit too easy for you. That's why it's called Souls-light, I guess. Nonetheless, it looks like it'll be a good game. It's coming on July 18th. It's a AA title, costs $40, and there's this 10% off introductory promo right now. Number 4, Enotria, The Last Song. This one's a Souls-like as well, and just like the previous one, it has a public demo available for everyone to check out. And although I think the Souls-like subgenre is quite saturated at the moment with numerous Dark Souls clones, Enotria grabbed my attention because of its setting. It's set in sunny Italy and inspired by Italian folklore with sprinkles of dark fantasy. The most interesting mechanic in Enotria is the masks. You can unlock different masks and change them on a whim. Each mask fundamentally alters the playstyle. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses, different stats and such, and obviously every mask gives your character that is called the maskless one a different look. Unfortunately, the demo stutters quite a bit, and I really hope they sort all the performance issues out before the release. Enotria comes out on September 19th and will be available on PC and PlayStation 5. Next up at number 3 I have Phantom Blade Zero, and dude, the game looks so exciting. It's an action RPG set in China, with this greasy steampunk twist to it. I've been following this game for quite a bit too, and I originally thought it'll be a Souls-like or something reminiscent of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, but it's just an action RPG heavily focused on combat, and it's not a bad thing at all. Phantom Blade Zero got a major update at Summer Games Fest. They dropped a 10-minute long gameplay video. I'll leave a link in the description, and the combat looks so damn good, man. It looks almost unreal, almost too good to be true. According to the developers of the game, a Chinese team called S Studio, their main inspiration was Devil May Cry, where the combat is extremely fast-paced, very aggressive. Anyways, I don't want to speculate too much. The footage is out there. Check it out if you're interested. I personally love everything I've seen so far. The combat, the color palette, the overall vibe, the setting, everything. Unfortunately, no release date for this one yet. Some websites state that it's coming sometime in 2024. And one can only hope, I guess. On the PlayStation website it says to be confirmed, and I think there is a chance they will release it this year, but I'd rather have them, take their time and release a finished product later in 2025. Phantom Blade Zero will be available on PC and PlayStation 5, and I really hope Sony will not end up, publishing the game for PC, because we all know what happens when Sony does that. Number 2. Black Myth Wukong. It feels like I've been waiting for this game for an eternity already. Black Myth Wukong looks like a super crossover between Sekiro Shadows Die Twice and Nioh, and I'm all for it. You play as this monkey looking character, supposedly Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. The game is set in 7th century China, and it's loosely based on Journey to the West, a novel by Wu Chengyan. We know that Black Myth Wukong will be a mission-based game similar to Nioh or Wulong Fallen Dynasty, and everything I've seen so far looks just mind-blowing, insane. Again, almost too good to be true. It also looks like it will be an extremely difficult game with a lot of emphasis on your reflexes and reaction, and it might take some time to get used to it, but again, I'm all for it. The game is already available for pre-purchase. It's a AAA title, $60. There's a deluxe edition available. It's more expensive and gives you some extra things. I think Black Myth Wukong could be the game, like a real breakthrough in Souls-like subgenre department. We'll see. And finally, number 1, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It's pretty easy to explain what Kingdom Come Deliverance is. It's a historically accurate medieval first-person RPG where you play as Henry, a blacksmith's son. Though this brief description doesn't give the game justice it deserves. It's a hardcore RPG. You have to eat food, otherwise you'll starve. You have to visit a bathhouse frequently, otherwise people won't talk to you because you stink. You have to learn how to read because you are a peasant, you don't know how to read. You even have to learn how to handle your spirits, because if you drink all night, you have a hangover in the morning. The combat system has quite a steep learning curve. It's very difficult to master, and I'm barely scratching the surface here. I think Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of its kind. The first game was so damn good, and I'm so excited that we're super close to having the second one out. In the first game, you start as a peasant who doesn't know how to do anything. You can't fight, you're not the brightest tool in the shed, and it's extremely satisfying to build your character slowly to eventually turn into an unstoppable death machine man who also knows how to read and drink. In Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, you play as Henry again, only this time you are a well-established knight, and I'm really curious what the developers, Warhorse Studios, have in mind to capture our attention, to keep us engaged and entertained. My most anticipated game of 2024 was Dragon's Dogma 2. Now it's out, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is my new most anticipated game of 2024. And it's probably a hot take, but I find Kingdom Come Deliverance just as much a niche game as Dragon's Dogma 2. It has its jank, it's wacky, it has quirks, it has unique mechanics, it has goofy quests, the combat is quite unique too, and I'm pretty sure Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will be just as awesome as the first game, hopefully even better. For those who watch me solely for Dragon's Dogma 2 content, don't worry guys, Dragon's Dogma 2 videos are coming in the future. I'm also streaming a solo challenge run here on YouTube. You can catch me live or check out the VODs. The link to the playlist will be in the description. I guess with this video I just wanted to give you a heads up on what games we will be talking about in the future. My main focus is still Dragon's Dogma, so you can expect more videos later on. Like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. See ya.